Hi, my name is Coy Davenport. What is it to writing a story? Rather than just words on paper to complete a limit, I've begun to understand that the idea of what makes a story is its level of interest becomes necessary for the reader to keep understanding. Whether creative nonfiction or one's completely made-up world, it's important to remember the audience, and whilst taking from your creative originality, spicing it up by adding in details and key phrasing that keeps the reader wanting to know. If you're just telling a plain 1 + 1 = 2 story, then you're going to get your point across, but why would anyone need to know these things? To add to the interesting, someone making it 1 and 1 making 3, a surprise or a wrench in the gears, if you will, it usually makes the story more interesting and more capable of being understood. I myself use a keyboard more often than actual handwriting. This process is definitely most commonly used by writers of my style. I'm a screenwriter and I write scripts for visual production, yet handwriting skills are extremely important as well. Visual productions like Futurama, where the characters have subtle changes in language to account for the time past since the known present. Also, they use references from old media that was once popular to create several nostalgic crossovers. This was extremely effective. This and other breakthrough shows and films have been forged through challenging the form, whilst also holding true to a plot. These are ideas that have been chiseled from years of plugging in trial and error. A more relatable time period, yet equally as ridiculous of a comedy, the Lucas Brothers Moving Company. In here, they target a younger generation, but also reference the 90s plenty, as they do here with The Metal and Fred Durst. Also, their quick style is a means to get the story across faster, so the idea of real transition is quite thrown quite far, so that they can wrap up in less than 15 minutes. And lastly, Underground, a historical fiction piece, and the situational writing here is phenomenal. The writers immersed themselves in the time period and the livelihood of those slaves that they were writing about. Then they gave them humanity and life to these things that might escape the minds of the public today due to the time change. People didn't see these things, but now they are, because these writers understood what these people went through in this time. Yet I do want to highlight the creative media writing is not just confined to screenwriting. There is the promotional side as well, but these don't negate telling a story, just doing so in a different way. Here the blueberries floating upon a clean, somewhat gushing river are at a standstill. They tell a story, and it's important to know your character and to take the consideration what you want the audience to feel from this character. Even though those blueberries might have been green before, or later they'll be shriveled and possibly dead or eaten, right now they're plump, juicy, moist, and of all things they make a delicious blueberry. And that is the story that they're trying to tell. And here, the same deal. The fresh across the cup, and the flavors posted all in the back. Underneath the large letters, it states, cooked to order. These are all words that project images into people, and those images are of the present stage of crisp vegetables, savory meats, warm breads, and so on. The story is what they are trying to tell us. But again, they make this more interesting, and that is done through gathering all perspectives and showing the audience what you want them to see. Take this flower. You can understand that it's a flower, that there's a sun. Yet, there isn't much that this tells us what is happening. There's no conflict or interesting side to this flower because it is just that, a flower. Then take this red wolf. On the other side, understanding the depth and form of your writing can help you formulate something more refined like this piece of visual art. The mouth, hair, ears, and snout all have definitions that give us more of a specific idea of what we are seeing. Honing in on your writing style, genre, and type are all extremely important, but it takes someone's personal spin and a sprinkle of different to really capture your crowd. Thank you. This has been How It Was Written by Coy Davenport and WCD Productions.